Hey everybody, welcome back. And I want to talk about dividend stocks today. I was talking to my dad as he nears retirement, and I don't know how much he has in his portfolio. I don't know what he has invested exactly, but I used the hypothetical example of both like 100,000, a quarter million, 500,000, and a million. And I told him, look, I don't know if you're invested in growth stocks. I don't know if you're invested in the broad index, whatever you're invested in. But take your portfolio and assume a 10% yield against your portfolio, roughly 8 to 12%, 7 to 12 if you want to be more conservative. And you could even go 5 to 9 or 5 to 7% if you want to be ultra conservative with something like this. But assuming I'm just going to do 10% and make it easy, because these are realistic returns that you can actually get by not only collecting dividends, ladies and gentlemen, but also just by selling covered calls and cash secured puts. So these are things that, for example, you could do the wheel strategy, and then you could also invest in a basket of dividend stocks. And if you assume a 10% yield, then obviously your return on 100,000 would be 10%, on a million would be 100,000, and vice versa. Now, that's cool to think about, but how do we actually put that into practice is the question. And I think this is not something I talk about enough. I used to have a separate channel called The Cash Flow Investor. I'll leave the link down below if I remember. You guys can subscribe there. I haven't posted in a while, but if you want, feel free to support me on that channel. The point is, this is something I should probably talk more about on this channel, and I plan on doing so because I think it's a very, very good topic to discuss, especially as I get a little bit older, as I turn 31, 32, 33, and so on. Lord willing, obviously, I want to invest for dividends, invest for cash flow, invest for my future in terms of not just mine, but my family's future, and what my kids might need in terms of them getting older, and maybe starting an account for them as they get a little bit older here, and so these are things I think about. But one way to invest is strictly for cash flow. So you can invest just for dividends, you can invest just for cash flow. And the other way to invest is you can invest just for growth, okay? Now there's a third way, which is kind of a combination approach, where you can have one account that's growth oriented, or one portion of your portfolio that's growth, and another that's just strictly focused on dividends and cash flow. Now, what would I prefer doing as I get older? Probably a mix of both, but more leaning on the cash flow side. And the reason I explain that is because, think about this. If you buy 100 shares of any dividend stock out there that pays 3%, for example, and you only put in, let's just say it's a $10 stock, so you put in $10,000, or what was that? Yeah, so, or what I say, 1,000, so it'd be a $100 stock at 10,000, etc. So, you put in your amount, your 100 shares, and you get the ability to sell covered calls and do cash secured puts, and you can do the wheel strategy with that 100 shares. And then in addition, if it pays 3% on, let's say, 10,000, that's $3,000 in income you're getting from that 100 share position at $100 per share. So it's a good deal all around, because you're getting that an instant $3,000, and that can grow too. People forget with dividends, the companies you invest in, if you invest in Apple, or if you invest in Johnson & Johnson or another dividend aristocrat, if you invest in one of these companies, it can compound your wealth long term, because these dividends increase. These companies actually will increase those dividends, and you'll get more income in return. And it's a really good feeling, because at the end of the day, don't we all want to make more money? And don't we want to make more money in our sleep? Isn't that the long-term goal? And so that's kind of what I talk about on this channel, because I think about, hey, if I can do this, you can too. It's not that difficult. You all can invest in dividend stocks. You all can invest in not just dividend stocks, but you can do the wheel strategy as well. If you own 100 shares, 100 shares of any stock or ETF out there, you can do the wheel strategy as well. And so it's something to really consider. But this is a shorter video, because I am going to leave some links down below. You can check out on the website to learn more if you're unfamiliar with like the wheel strategy and covered calls and how to do this against dividend stocks. And choose a strategy that you feel comfortable with, obviously, because as you get into the point where you want to start making income, regular income, you want to get those yields up, but you also want to be careful in terms of what you're actually buying, making sure you're buying the right stocks and stuff like that. So there's a lot to consider with the wheel strategy and also doing this against, let's say, a basket of dividend stocks or whatever it is. But I encourage you to check out the resources below that I'm going to leave for you on the wheel strategy, on dividends, and stuff that I've written previously on the website that we have. As always, you can download the reports for free, print them out. If it's easier to read in person, I recommend doing that. They're totally free, and they will always be free. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you all are doing well out there. God bless America. Let's hope this Iran war situation comes to a ceasefire and that things, are over with quickly. It seems like the Strait of Hormuz is open again, so I'm hoping and praying for a swift resolution, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one.